Hello, this is a Four Seasons Galaxy 36-inch in brown color from the early 80s, made by Veneer Inc. I got this on Kijiji. It was new in the box, sort of, or like never been used. Most of the parts were still wrapped in their plastic, like the mounting hardware was like still in a little bag, and the blades were in a little bag too, and I do also have the original box. It's a very, very unusual fan. Like almost everything about it is weird and unusual. First, you probably all notice has four metal blades, which is awesome. I love four metal bladed fans. I prefer them curved, but it's still really cool. And it has in the same time a switch housing, and but it's wall controlled. Very extremely weird, and the switch housing is the kind that is very short, like you can see, but has the chunky rounded switch cap, and that pull chain there is it just reverses the fan. It doesn't do anything to the speed or anything like it. There's nothing beside that reverse pull chain. There's nothing that adjusts the speeds on the fan. That the fan is single speed, and yeah, it has a sticker, you know, Four Seasons in there, but it has no pull chain next to it, and it's so unusual. I mean, it's the first Four Seasons with switch housing that has only one pull chain. Usually there's always two, another one on the other side. And look, the tassel is new, so it's all very yellow, perfectly yellow. It's got a double claw mount canopy, you know, with the flat canopy like this. And the motor is exactly the same shape as the one on my knee there. It's pretty thick for a small fan like this, and pretty wide too. And it weighs like 9 pounds, sort of, I think, without the blades. It says on the box, oh, it's 15 pounds. I guess that's with the blades, but I doubt that this little thing weighs 15 pounds even with its blade on. And they said that for that time, that was like lightweight at 15 pounds for a fan. And of course it works perfectly. It's very quiet. It just wobbles a little on the first speed, because there's just one of the blade that is a little more up than the other, but all the other speeds are fine, you know, it doesn't wobble too much. Here is the original box. It's not in great shape. That's why the previous owner gave it to me in another box. I'm just gonna show you. It has a very interesting. The picture. It's like it's not exactly like the one I have. It doesn't have a switch housing. Look at this, and not even a brass nut. It's really weird, and it's shown in this beautiful blue color. It's wow. I would have loved to have one with that color. It's much better, even better than brown. Even though brown is one of my favorite color for metal blade fans, better than white, of course. But blue like this, it's awesome. And yeah, like the one I have is brown, and was also offered in white. I don't think they really offered that color. I guess that's just the picture, you know. And like you can see, the design of the box is very similar to my Montego. The colors are just different. The logo is red, it's orange, and it has the sticker that says that this is a new, well, I can show you the English side if you want. New style, like it at the table. And Galaxy. And the rest is pretty much like it's like my Montego box, and like, yeah, like you can see, it's not in really great shape and has some concrete that dried on it, sort of. Yeah. And here's the other box that the previous owner gave it to me in. Much cleaner box. It's a plain box, and look at this. This is awesome. This is the awesome part. I have the original manual. It's just like my Montego, except it says Galaxy and it's yellow instead of white. The rest is it's all the same. And since it's wall controlled, it has this little thing that says how to mount the wall control, you know, 5-speed wall control. And yes, I finally have one of those 5-speed wall control. You're gonna see it in any minute. And yeah, it's very simple. The way it mounts. Just, I have the okay. That's and that is really cool. This is the warranty thing, or the thing like you have to return in less than 10 days or something like that. You can be sure it's long it's expired. And yes, I did search that address, since of course it doesn't exist anymore. And you fill all that stuff, you know. You tell like what size, what color. And in the owner manual, I love the fact that like when you finish install the fan, it says they know their fans are not perfect. They say, oh, check the blades, the distance of the blade with a yardstick to make sure, because even though they're all perfectly balanced, sort of, sometimes when the fans get shipped, it can be unbalanced or something like that. So it's really smart that they tell you all that, to what to do in case it wobbles, or if you start the fan on the low speed and it doesn't turn very much, just kick it with the higher speed. Things like this, you know. It's very smart from them to have done this, because they know fans are not perfect, you know. They can have little issues. And it came with a longer down rod in case you wanted to mount it on a longer, a taller ceiling. And yeah, everything the screws was all in their plastic. And this is the thing to mount the 5-speed wall control properly to the wall. So I really got everything. I'm not missing everything. Everything is there. It's all complete. That's awesome. Yay! I finally got one of those 5-speed wall controllers. Like I was missing the one that came with my blue 4-season spinner. This is exactly the same kind of controller it should have come with. And finally now I have one. It's all new and never used, all clean. And look, this is how thick it is. Pretty big, these things. Like when you have this on a wall, it's like it's big, you know. It looks almost like a thermostat or something. And these are kind of heavy. I thought these things would be like pretty lightweighted, because it's all made of plastic. But actually, what makes really the weight is the transformator in there that is kind of heavy. And don't worry, it's it's not on the wall currently right now. Like you can see, the back of it has 2 black wires. It mounts like the same way as other ceiling fan wall controls, but it's sitting on this. I put it on a thing. It's safe. It's not gonna fall. Okay, it's not just hanging by wires. It's sitting on something. And yeah, like I said, they're pretty big. They're not like a small thing. So I'm really happy I finally have one of those. And the 4 seasons like this are my favorite type of controls like this. My favorite design for these. They're extremely they're rare to find in North America now, because there's almost no more company that makes these. There's basically just Westinghouse that still makes them for their pretty cheap industrial. It still has a 5-speed wall controller made of plastic like this. But other than that, in North America, these are almost like they don't really exist anymore. Though it's a design that is still very common overseas, like in Africa and Asia, especially also Argentina, even Australia and Europe still have them. But in North America, no, they gotta be vintage, because there's almost no more made of these. I love these. They're really cool.